Okay, children, very good evening to all. As we have started in the last week, our first lesson matter in our surrounding. So once we'll go back and we'll go for the recapitulation so that we can start the new topic after completing the recap. Yes? Okay, right? Matter in our surrounding. What are the topics we have discussed till now? Like definition of matter. Yes. Discussed about the matter is defined as something which occupies space, possesses mass, and offer resistance to any stress applied on it. That is simply we can say that any substance which occupies space and obtaining or offers some mass or offers some resistance to any stress applied to it, occupies space and possesses some mass and resistance to any stress applied to it on it, then we can simply call it as matter. In the matter can exist in all the three states: solids, liquids, and gases. Yes? If you have any doubt, you can text. Understood, children? Arnav, are you there? Yes. So this is the thing we have discussed. It's like a simple recap. So we'll go to the next. So according to the previous earlier Indian philosophers, they classified into 5 main basic elements, like they called as Panch Tat. When the Panch Tat, it's nothing but air, earth, fire, sky, and water. Okay, they classified matter, like before giving the word matter, they classified the substance or matter into all the 5 categories. Okay, in the entire universe. So in further present classification mainly based on the physical and chemical properties of matter. In this chapter, we are not bothering about the chemical, not even touch the chemical properties of matter, the chemical composition of it. We just go with the physical properties of matter. Understood, children? Yes. So when we go with the physical properties of matter, before we need to see some physical nature of matter. So this I have already shown you the module. Am I right? The video. So matter is, what is the main physical nature? What is the main property of it? First one, matter is made up of particles. Okay, this activity, this evidence I have explained by taking a beaker, fill the beaker with a few ml of water. For example, take 50 ml of beaker and fill the beaker with 100 ml of water and take 2 to 3 spatula full of sugar or salt and stir it continuously with the glass rod. What is the use of glass rod here, children? Here, the use of glass rod is to give the homogeneous mixing of solute with the solvent. Understood? Okay, by doing this activity, again there is a question raises from this, is nothing but, does the level of water changes? Where does it disappear? What do you mean by where does it disappear? Solute. What happens to the solute? Okay, solute disappears. Where does it go? Okay, so does the level of water change? No, there is no change in the level of water, and the solute particles will occupy the space between, or the voids between the water molecules. Here water is nothing but a solvent.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then this we have discussed. This means that matter is made up of particles. These particles will occupy the spaces or voids between the molecules. Understood? This we have already shown I already shown you this module and that video, so you can easily understand how it dissolves. This is a simple activity. So see the beaker, 250 or 200 ml beaker. In that, how we are adding the solute in it. Okay. Pravalika, good evening. Sahas logged in through 2 IDs. Or sorry, 2 devices. Sahas. Okay, anyways, listen. Okay, so like when we have taken the beaker, we just I already explained what is the use of glass rod with the help of spatula, how we have dissolved it, and this is the general setup. We'll do it in the laboratory. This I have already shown you. Okay, then what is the next one? So this is the main physical nature of matter. That is the first property of the matter. Yes, children, right? Yes. Now, how small are these particles of matter? This is one of the property of matter. First one, matter consists of particles. We discussed that is one property of matter. Second one, how small are these particles of matter? So this we have taken the evidence of this property is mainly based. We have taken potassium permanganate. The formula of potassium permanganate is KMnO4. What is the color of potassium permanganate? This you have to know. You should know the color of the compounds. Okay, the color of potassium permanganate is purple in color or magenta in color. Sorry, pink and magenta in color. When we dilute it, it appears purple. Okay. Okay, this magenta color, when you dissolve it in the a beaker containing few ml of water and dissolve it. Okay, like 100 ml of water. When you dissolving it, what happens? It continues homogeneously dissolved in the solvent. It becomes a solution, KNO solution. Take one more beaker of same quantity of water, like 100 ml of water, that is beaker B, and transfer 10 ml of sample from beaker A, that is first beaker, and dissolve it. And repeat the experiment for 5 to 8 times or 6 to 8 times. Okay, so what you'll observe? We'll observe that the water is still color. The water is still color, but even it is repeated for 8 times. That means that the particles of matter are very, very small. Very, very small. Yes, children. This we can also do with Dettol. Okay, this by appearance we can easily say that the dilutions from the first beaker to the last beaker. If we consider Dettol, this is because of order. By detecting the order, we can easily identify the dilutions. Okay, same number of beakers you can take. Same ml of water in all the beakers. Before doing the experiment, just ready all the beakers with 100 ml of water in it. Add few ml of Dettol in first beaker. Dissolve it, stir it, and transfer 10 ml from first beaker to the second beaker. Understood? And do the experiment by transferring 10 ml from each beaker to the other beaker. From first beaker to the second beaker to the third beaker, from third to fourth, and fourth to fifth, and fifth to so on. Okay. So, but the concentration of strong order we can observe in the first beaker. But when we observe the last beaker, we'll observe the order. That means even though we are doing the repeated number of times, okay. So even though we feel the order of Dettol in the last beaker, this also means that this is also best evidence to say that how small are these particles of matter. Understood? These two are the best evidences. Okay. Yes, because last time we have got a very big disturbance because of this audio problem. That's why I'm recapitulating. Understood, children? Now we can see the characteristics. So what are the 3 characteristics of matter, children? What are the 3 characteristics of matter?
The 3 characteristics of matter are particles of matter have space between them.
Very
that
good.
is void. Particles of matter are continuously moving.
Very good.
And particles of matter attract each other.
Attract each other.
Force.
Yes, force of attraction. They are, based on the force of attraction, how the particles of matter are arranged. Okay, this also we have discussed. Okay, for this conclusion, we have already discussed the conclusion. The particles of matter, they divide themselves into smaller particles and they transfer from one beaker to the other beaker. Okay, so note the particles of matter are very small. They are small beyond our imagination. How small they are, we can't imagine it. That much small particles that divide. Okay, the crystal itself, they are small. When they're dissolved in water, they themselves break or dissociated into very small particles, and they transferred from first beaker to the eighth beaker. That means that in eighth beaker we can't say that there are no solute particles. Understood? Understood? Because these solute particles, they divide themselves. Like if we have added 100, they divide into more than thousands. That means how much they fastly dissociate and they break themselves and they dilute completely in that particular beaker. But we can see the colors with the KNO4 dilution and the order in the Dettol. The first beaker is having more concentrated, like strong order, but the last beaker we can feel the dilution or faded order. Yes, this is the conclusion.